Good day. Welcome to Engage with the Muuos. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, following, and being part of us. We talked about student visas yesterday, and I think it is also beautiful that we talk more, on student visas, because there's a lot of things that we need to know. So when you want to become a student in Australia, I'll be specific in Australia because this is a country that I've really spent a lot of time in. I've supported so many students and also investigated a lot, around visas and stuff. So it will be beautiful for me to share what I know. Remember, I'm not a registered migration agent yet. That is coming soon. But at the moment, I just need to share what I have, because I know that someone somewhere, it will open someone's eyes and they'll be like, this is what I need, and I choose to do this. Anyway, there is an issue about preparing to be a student in Australia. I'll give you my story. When I was planning to come to this country, it was really challenging because I knew the school fees and the amount of money that might be required for me to pay. And I really struggled to raise that money because I didn't have the capacity, to raise the money within a short time. So it took me more than a year and something trying to get loans or maybe borrow money or even ask friends to come over and, give me a hand. And I'm so grateful because my life has always been around friends, and friends have been amazing in my life, and they've really, touched my heart. And that's why I always prefer and I always love touching them back, because I know that once you touch someone's heart, they will live to remember the beautiful things that you did in their lives. So when you think of coming to Australia, there are things that you need to be, thinking more about. Number one, do not think that once you go to another country, you're going to make money. It's not about money. I'll tell you. One thing you need to understand is the reason most people travel, and one of the most important reasons that we should travel, is for connection and network, not money making. There are some expectations that you can have before you leave your country, and then you land in this country and you get so much frustrated and you feel like, oh, I am disappointed. I didn't know this, There are some things that you might be thinking about. Let's say, for example, you might be in a beautiful job in your country, and then you decide to quit your job and move to another country, maybe America, Canada, or Australia. That's beautiful. It's amazing to do that. No problem. But then, think about this. You land in a new country where maybe you have a few friends, but you've never been there by yourself. So, as a student, there are some conditions that comes with your visa. Number one, at the moment, there's a lot of flexibility because of the shortage of labor. But before, it was so clear that as a student, you have to work for only 20 hours, unless you're doing your PhD or master's research. Yeah. So, if you're a student and you're doing only 20 hours a week, and then you have to pay your school fees and you have to, figure things out, So there are some challenges that come up with visa allocations or once you get a visa. Secondly, you might be used to a particular job. Let's say, for example, you're used to an office job that you're working in your country, and then you fly to another country and boom, life starts and you are really struggling to pay your school fees or your dues or your bills. Because rent is a little bit expensive, not even a little bit, it's so much expensive compared to where you come from. Unless you're coming from another first world country. But if you're coming from a country that is maybe termed as a third world country, then the rent is a little bit expensive here. So the money that you might be preparing even as your pocket money or as your side money, then once you get here, you might even spend them on transport only. So there are all these challenges, and then you have to look for a job and get on a job. And once you get on these jobs, you are struggling to even cope with this kind of the job that you are doing if you compare it with what you were doing back in your country. Let's say, for example, in your country you were something like an engineer, and then you land in Australia and everything is just crazy. Like you feel like you're not coping and you're not getting the right thing that you want, and you're a student now, and you're only limited to work. You don't have full working rights. And then you get a job, let's say maybe in the aged care or in the disability, and these are the manual jobs that people have to work hard on a casual basis. And once you get the job, you are really struggling to cope with the difference, because back in your country you are used to a particular level of job, and then you come here and you are like hands on. It's time to make money, because unless you make money in these countries, man, no one will pay you for your bills. You just have to do it. If you don't do it, then you have to struggle. I always joke with my wife every now and then. I'm like, babe, you know what? When the Bible was being written that a man, if you don't work, you shouldn't eat, I thought they were talking about Western countries. If you don't work, there's no food, trust me, unless you start getting or asking help from friends. So you have to be working a lot. But the best news is there's always an opportunity. And if people are doing it, why not you? Let's catch up in the next video, because I want us to continue learning and understanding what it means to be in this country. Be blessed.